What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Man-Hours Broncos edition of the Man-Hour Football Network. I am your host, Nathaniel Nate the Great, and I'm here today with Chase. How are things going? Still within the same town, I guess I should say.
They're doing good.
So today's show is actually going to be covering the post-game show between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. It was, let's just say, it was embarrassing at the least. And then towards the end of each half of the thing, we're going to preview a little bit of the Seahawks 49ers heading into that week. Are both of our thoughts, and same with Broncos versus Texans. Now, I'm going to give it to you first. Geno Smith had a great game. Let's just say that. I mean, what are your thoughts for Geno?
Absolutely. Yeah, he definitely had a great game. I mean, he didn't do anything eye-opening or anything absolutely crazy, but he definitely showed people that he's better than he was before, and he's going to be able to lead the Seahawks to more than one win, I think. He had a lot of touchdown passes, great completion percentage, which is unlike him because that used to be his problem. He couldn't really connect with his receivers, and he definitely exceeded everyone's expectations.
Now, I did some research, actually. I think that this isn't the first time that Geno Smith beat Russell Wilson in a football game.
Really?
Yeah, Russ is actually 0-2 against Geno Smith.
Yikes, to your own backup. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. But now, heading into some of the other parts of the game, I said in the beginning, crowd noise is going to be a huge factor when heading into that Seattle Seahawks game. Russell, so I thought that Russ heading back to Seattle playing, even though it was against the Seahawks, I thought it was going to be very similar when Brett Favre came back to Green Bay, even though he was playing against Green Bay and playing in Green Bay's own division. I thought we were going to have a standing ovation.
No, definitely not. I was really surprised to hear the boos as well.
I was surprised to hear the boos. And crowd noise was an issue, and Seahawks got the ball to start off the game. Not even within 4 minutes of the game, they scored their first touchdown, which was I think it was a 43-yard touchdown.
Yep.
Now, let's just say our defense in that game looked very sloppy.
Yeah,
it was just not good.
Nor was the Seahawks defense, I don't think.
No, it just was not.
I think it would be safe to call it a pretty sloppy game all around, but Seahawks, they held on and came out with a win, which is...
Yeah, it was still the most watched, and Russ still had the third most number of completion yards out of everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Russell's going to do his thing.
Sorry, I just got to... Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like Russell's...
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel like Russell's always going to do his thing. I feel like he dealt with the crowd noise perfectly because he was so used to it as a former Seahawk. Mm-hmm. But his team and even Hackett wasn't really – they weren't ready for it. With the delay games and the false starts, they weren't all there with the crowd, even though Russell was.
I thought it was well coached by Seattle. I thought this game was well coached by Seattle.
I absolutely agree with that, yeah.
But I definitely don't. I think it was the exact opposite. Sorry, my cat. I thought this game was exactly the opposite by Nathaniel Hackett, especially not just in this last. Hold on. Seriously, stop it. He's been trying to call on the bedroom door. So, sorry. Again, redo. I thought that this game by Nathaniel Hackett, not just when they attempted to go kick that field goal, but throughout the rest of the first quarter-ish. Well, not even throughout the rest of the first quarter. Throughout the rest of the first game, there were some questionable calls that often led Seattle often led Denver in way too many third down situations.
Yeah.
And I get that he's a first time head coach. So it meaning that he's a first time defensive coordinator. But he's been an offensive coordinator in 2 different teams before.
For real. And he's been around the league. I mean, you got to – even just being around the NFL, I feel like he could have done better than that, even as a first-year coach.
One of the things I often look for when heading into week 2 is how much of his play calling, how much of his coaching decisions are going to change. That's really the one thing I'm looking forward to in this Houston Texans game. What's going to change? Is there anything am I seeing signs of improvement?
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see.
Now, for Seattle's side, what's the one thing you're looking forward to for the game against the 49ers?
I'm hoping we can stay consistent for sure with the tight end play, which was what led us to those 2 touchdowns. That was great. Even though I wish we could have got more connections to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Hopefully we can do that in the next game. And Geno just needs to keep doing what he's doing. And then defensively, we definitely have to contain Trey Lance and Deebo Samuel. And I think we still have a chance at winning it, especially because Seahawks always find a way to beat the 49ers.
Yeah, that's true. And which is why I think you guys are going to win. That combined with how awful that 49ers did against the Chicago Bears, which...
Yeah, that was...
Okay. I think... So, heading into really the last part of the show, what are your predictions for 49ers Seahawks?
I mean, like I said, if we do all the things, as in containing Trey Lance and Deebo Samuel, and we stay consistent with how we played against you guys, I think we're definitely going to come out with a win.
I do too. I have both Houston and Denver and Seattle versus 49ers. I have both those games within the same final score. Seattle beats San Francisco 24-20. Houston beating Denver 24-20.
I honestly, yeah, that's definitely an agreeable score right there.
But I do have some breaking news that just came in before the show started. One of Denver's safeties, Justin Simmons, is hurt. And he won't be playing until week 6.
I hate to root against you guys.
That is a definite blow to the defense.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at, forget the Houston game. no offense to Houston, but that's probably the weakest part of the schedule that we have. Because the 49ers after that. We have the Raiders coming up. We have the Colts coming up.
Which are all teams with great receivers.
Yes.
You're going to have trouble containing for sure.
But I also have some news for Seattle as well.
Don't like the sound of that.
Jamal Adams also came down with an injury.
I noticed
don't
that.
know how much time he's going to miss, but he is going to miss some time.
In my personal opinion, I'm not too high on Jamal Adams. I think we'll be okay defensively without him. A lot of people disagree. I feel like he doesn't really play much of the safety role. Well, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we'll be fine without Jamal Adams.
Anything else before we give this show a close?
No, I think we got it all.
All right. This has been Nate the Great and Chase signing out, and I'll see you next week after the Houston Texans game.